Thank you, Reverend Sharp, Minister Sharp, congregation leaders. It's such a pleasure to again be joined in the house of St. John's Church. There is no other place I would have been. You know, when I decided to come on this vacation, it's a girls' vacation, I told my two sisters that came with me, I said, listen, we got to go to church. And there was no hesitation in them accepting to come to church this morning. By 7 o'clock, we all three were dressed and ready to come to church. I want to say thank you to Auden. I got to say, Auden is the one who keeps asking me, Sister Pat, when are you coming to Antigua? When are you coming to Antigua? But, you know, let me tell you first, I'm retired. I'm retired. After 37 years of service, I'm retired. However, I do medical mission. So I travel internationally, just came back from Tanzania, getting ready to go to Thailand and then Brazil. I do the same thing that not the same thing I did here. We see patients in the less fortunate areas, and we administer care to them and give medication and stuff. Because, you know, medical care is very costly in those areas. Zimbabwe, all over we go. But I want to bring you greetings from International Care Ministries, Reverend Baker and Minister Baker, leadership, and the congregation. We've been working very hard. We're still on Zoom. We meet in Brooklyn once a month, and we have a church in a congregation in the Poconos. So twice a month we're in the Poconos and twice a month in Brooklyn, but otherwise we're on Zoom. It's been very hard after COVID getting people to come out to church to worship. I don't know how it is here, but it's good when you fellowship together. There's a different feelings than when you're on Zoom. I love fellowshipping with my brothers and sisters. And we're trying to build our own church because rent is very costly in New York. So when you're going to pay near $5,000 a month for rent, you can put that in the bank and then eventually. And even though, you know, tithes and offerings, everything has been decreased, so we have got to work harder. When I decided to come to Antigua, I asked the Lord, what should I say to his people? And there's two words that kept hovering on my heart, and that is trust God. Trust God in all circumstances. Trust God. Things are not always going to be the way we want it to be. Sometimes we have testing, and I really do believe that we do get testing. God tests us to see how strong our faith is. And if our faith is not strong, well, we've got a problem. So just trust God in all situations, whether it's financially, whether it's in relationship, whatever it will be. Trust God, because God is good and his promises are real. His promises are true, okay? And just pray his promises back to him and leave it to him. There's no if and buts about why God did you do this to me. He knows why. And in his time, things are going to come through. Okay, congregation, so remember these two words I'm leaving with you. Trust God. Thank you.